this, and you might want to bring your laptop if someone wants to refer to the slide.
Okay.
Fantastic. Can boys, maybe, do you guys want to start with a question?
Oui?
Yes, please.
Well, first of all, great work. We are very glad to see that Murdoch produces such good candidates, and we are really motivated to be your peers in the university. But how are you planning to acquire that database, and how will you ensure that it is reliable? Because when it comes to healthcare, it is very sensible and very ethically difficult industry.
It is right. So thank you for asking that, Madhav, and thank you for your kind words. Right. So in this context over here, for the database, we are used to Kaggle as a sample database. Again, it's a concept, right? However, pushing things forward, we are trying to go for the authentic sources, so like World Health Organization, hospitals, those are accredited, so that we do not want to compromise or force information here. Again, health is a very sensitive topic, and we do not want to play with lives here, right?
Okay, may I elaborate a little?
Of course,
yes. As I understand, in medical field, everything is judged based on papers, research papers. But when we talk about research papers, some papers are funded, others are not. So how are you planning to ensure that your data will not be biased towards some interests?
Yeah, maybe funders. Like political interests and such like that. Is that what you're planning over here?
I mean, researchers, they are funded by organizations, and theoretically, randomly, organizations can influence the research. So how are you planning to ensure that the results are biased?
However, in this sample, in this program that we created, right, the main idea is that there are certain medications, and those medications, when combined with certain foods, can have negative effects on the human body, and such things are chosen as facts, things that we believe in, right? And so, in terms of that, there's already a preset database that exists out there, right? That's already believed in, the doctors prescribe, the doctors believe in. That's what we're plan on utilizing over here.
So you will select a list of trustworthy doctors.
Correct.
Because I'm not
Trustworthy
an expert
sources,
medicine,
yeah,
but it might be controversial in some cases, especially when it comes to combinations of two sources.
Absolutely, yeah, it gets tricky over there. So that's why.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the cost estimate for your product?
What's the estimate per go, please?
Cost estimate maybe under $500. Because we need to, like integrate a lot of things. We can integrate AI, we can integrate like database, which is in our like your future like planning.
It means that there's future scope over here, right? There's a lot of things we can improvise upon in here. As I said, we can implement AI into this, right? We could implement maybe with certain medications that foods are recommended that you have, right? To bolster the effects. Perhaps we could implement that too in the future, is what it's getting at. Anything else?
How does that tool ensure the the privacy of the person and the pharmacist? Like, what about the history? Like, is it secure and how it's?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Could you repeat that, please?
Right, so you are going to give your information for that. Like, you are searching the data for your medication. So how you going to make the database secure? So if you can just share your things to the hospital, they can do some things, right? Like take your data, use them, and then.
Are you asking how are we going to access the database?
No,
or
pirate, not pirate. How privacy are you going to keep with the user on a single phase?
so you're talking in terms of security?
Yep.
In terms of security? I believe you
Can you just like repeat that question, please?
So he's asking, say, we have got a database over here, right? We're going to be extracting the data. How do we plan on keeping it secure?
We won't like compromise the data of the individual. We just just gonna like take the data of the medicines because there's like no need of individuals here, right? We only like deal with the medicine and like how it works. That's it. So we are like not like compromising the data of the the person, right? Yeah. And for the security, I can maybe use like some of the the encryption protocol, which is like AES maybe for the the database security. That's all. Yeah.
For now, you showed the prototype, which is a Python application, which is running locally on your computer. What is your vision towards the end product? How will it be distributed?
So for the end product, we actually made a prototype, but then the Python one is better.
No, I mean, is it a desktop application,
It's
a
like
mobile
a
application, or website?
Yeah, website running Node.js on the backend and maybe this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript on the front end.
And one question: I mean, is you coded this platform or?
Yeah.
I coded a plan.
Okay, so your background from coding or?
I use like the Python programming language to code the whole program.
Okay, for the backend.
Yeah, for the front end and back end both, to be honest.
Okay, for the stack. Okay, interesting. And my question is about your target. I mean, how do you think? I mean, your first customers you would like to attract, because if now we speak about in a stage if you want to build what you call a prototype or MVP, would be the first customer you would like to reach?
First customer would be the patients and the pharmacy students. Most of the it's our target audience, to be honest, because they need this data to like get information about the drugs. For instance, like for paracetamol, like when they like see the program asks the user to just enter a prompt. So it will prompt the user to like enter the name of the medicine. So for instance, if the person enters paracetamol, so it's gonna like give you like all the data details, and also it shows you the things that it does the drug interaction with. So yeah.
Okay. And for example, if I tell you tomorrow, let's start to do this, like what I mean by first customers, I mean, where they are located. So are you gonna target like one hospital or school, or where are we?
Maybe we can target the medical colleges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because because we to start like testing your prototype.